get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All I'm gonna tell you to do one thing for the old country boy. Assume the position. Oh, look a here, look a here, look a here. It's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live. Oh, yes, indeed. And guess what? We are under protective custody. That's right. Y'all can't even touch me, because guess what? I'm being protected tonight. That's sure enough feel, and I ain't scared. I can say what I want to say. Not sure can't, because I'm being protected tonight. I have with me, I'm going to tell you right now. Look at here. Man, I got a special guest. I got a good friend. And it is an honor. It is a joy. It is a privilege to have my boy. Yes, indeed, to have my boy. I got my people with me. I got my people with me. I got my, look, hey, and I'm repping. I'm repping.
Yeah.
I'm repping, baby. I'm repping. That's right. You don't know nothing about this here. You don't know nothing about this here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm taking it way back. Way back. Going back in the day. Back in the day. Hey.
Back
Look at
in
here.
the day.
Old country boy gonna shut his big old mouth up, because, he get all excited. I get all excited sometimes. I sure do. And I'm so excited tonight. Because tonight, y'all know I don't do no introduction, but I'm going to tell you, tonight, on the show, y'all see him sitting right there. He's sitting right yonder, showing up here. Sitting right yonder, my boy from way back when. He's done a whole lot of protecting. He protected some tigers. Whoo! Y'all talk about Samuel right here. He protected some tigers. Sure did. He's protected some city songs. Sure enough have. Man, and look, tonight, he's protecting the country boy. And I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to have him right here. Coming to the table. So the old boy gonna do what he normally do. He gonna close his big old trap. I got me old Sonic drink. I'm gonna sip some old drink. I'm gonna close my trap. And I'm gonna let him introduce himself. So I'm gonna tell y'all, like I always say, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. The next sheriff about to put something up in your ear. Talk to him, my boy. Bring it home, baby.
The LCB himself. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, baby?
First of all, I just want to tell everybody, especially those who know me, that class of '83, and those who know me, I'm just a sinner saved by grace. That's it. But in all that, it's like every now and then you get a little favor. Every now and then you get blessings. Every now and then somebody gives you an accolade. Every now and then somebody gives you an honor. Every now and then you gain a little bit more respect than what you started out with. And when we were growing up, respect was something you earned. It wasn't given.
Right.
And so and when I say growing up, I mean I lived in Arcadia, and I went to Mount Olive kindergarten, preschool. That's where we all started out with Papa Galden and Mama Galden and all that, and then going to Alma J. Brown. And I will tell you, and you know that I wasn't the popular forward. Edgar was. and when I tell you, we were cast differently. It's like night and day with me and Edgar. My sister, when I was born, my mom was 53 years old.
Wow.
And my sister was around 31. So I had older people who tried to um, instill certain values. One was going to be hard work. You know, you weren't. It wasn't no days off. When we got home from school, we would jump in that garden, or we would do something. You
Yes,
know, it
sir.
wasn't just sitting around. And then, um, but I was kind of quiet and shy for a little bit, and for a while it was like Edgar was the cream of the crop. He was popular. He was everything. People think that like my um my role models and things were people who were set up, like Jesse Jackson, all that. No, my role model was my brother.
Wow.
I wanted to be my brother. My brother was outspoken. He could laugh and talk with anybody. He never met a stranger. He was that.
Right.
That's what I wanted. And like I said, we was just cast different. Um, I wasn't too trusting. I wasn't too outspoken. I wasn't too. But the thing about me, what people came to realize, I had no fear. And it wasn't because I was just perfect, but it was some. You know how somebody can tell you that uh, when I was young, the only person in my life I was afraid of was my dad.
Wow.
Thought of my mom saying, "I'm gonna tell your dad that when he get home," that scared me to death.
Wow. Wow.
That scared me to death. And it's not because my dad was mean. It's not because he was. My dad didn't tolerate fools easily, but he was the most kind and soft-spoken man you ever met. He never raised his voice at us. He never yelled or screamed. He had a monotone, and it was low, and it was, to the point. If he said something, I did it.
Right. Right.
And that was the source of why I was so confident. My dad told me, "You will never lose a fight if you right,"
Hmm.
and I always believed it. I
Wow.
always believed it. And so people think it was Edgar that got in trouble a lot. No, it was me. I was the one getting suspended. I was the one, and that's because most of the time it wasn't. I didn't care what you said to me. I didn't care, insults or whatever. None of that stuff bothered me. But if you tried to hurt someone I care about,
Right.
we got a problem. And that's why I would get that when I was young, when I got suspended. Well, my sister was my biggest protector, but when she passed away when I was young, it now all of a sudden I got to look at, even though I was the younger brother, I
Right.
had to look at the Edgar, and that was my mindset. I had to protect my big brother because I knew, he tried to get along with everybody. He wasn't gonna fight. He wasn't gonna, he'll laugh it off and go on to the whatever and playing with you the next day. But me, I held it. No, no, you did that. You got to pay. So man, I got in so much trouble.
Oh man.
So, but the thing that we had that I think we had the advantage. We had people actually who used to sit on the porch.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
they watched us play. They watched us walk the streets. They watched us grow up. And if we did something out of line, they weren't afraid to come to us and say, "What are you doing?"
Right.
You-
Right.
And that all that, with my godparents, Miss Billups, and all the, wonderful teachers I had, and those in the community that looked out for me. I couldn't help but, you know. But it was different for me because one, when we were growing up, I had everything in front of me. I had a baseball park in front of me. I had a softball park in front of me. I had a swimming pool. I had tennis courts. In the fall, the fair would come here, and right in front of my house, all I had to do was cross the street, and I was at the fair.
Right.
And so I was living on an estate. I was the richest kid in the world, and I had no desire to be anywhere else. That I was around family, and that was good enough for me.
Wow.
And so I know I'm probably talking too much, bro.
No, no, no. But that's that thing, man. That's what makes a difference. I don't know if people, a lot of people say it, but having a village makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm not saying it was always in the you got to look at the times in which we grew up. It wasn't always pleasant,
Right.
but those warriors, I would say, it didn't matter when I say the community actually had a hand in what you did and making sure you was on the narrow, making sure that you remembered whose you are.
Right.
They reminded the Bible talk about a good name is rather to have than riches and gold and all that, and that's where it came from. You remember your name, you remember your parents, and
Yes.
you don't go out here and do all this mess. You honor them by doing what you're supposed to.
Right.
And
Right.
who told you that? And when I say they meant it, because they was gonna tell your mama, and it was gonna be a penalty for not remembering that.
That's a
So
fact. That's true. That's true, man. That is true, man.
that
You-
that was but during that time it was just so much going on with once my sister passes, like, now I had to look after big brother, because I didn't want nobody to take advantage. I didn't want nobody to hurt him. I didn't make and my brother used to get me in so much trouble that you have no clue. But hey, and when your mom say, "Where your brother?" I don't, gave you the keys. Where's your brother and where's my car? My man, when I say he would leave me out there, we supposed to be home at 12 o'clock. Edgar come and get the keys to the car, and I'm just going to get a Coke. I'll be right. Okay. And once Edgar get in trouble, it don't matter. He not gonna say, "Well, I'm in trouble now. I better go home." No, he gonna pull up about 3, 4 in the morning because he's already in trouble.
Might as well make the best of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be punished. I'm gonna get a beat down, and I'm looking at. mm, every time I trust you, just come through for me one time, just one time, just
Oh
trust me, because they're not gonna get fussed at that much. I
man.
ain't
You go.
the one who's gonna catch you. You knew better than to give him that. You're right, Mama. You're right.
You knew better. You
Yeah,
did. You knew better what you knew.
you're right. You're right. I did it. But
Oh man.
but I when I went off to college to Baton Rouge to Southern, and and a lot of people's like, why you going to Southern all this time at Grambling? But you know how Auntie knew everybody,
Right.
and you know how when you want to feel like you accomplished something on your own
Yes. Yes.
without help, you have to know. You know, I'm way in Baton Rouge. You up here. I did this. I went and completed it and did what I needed to do to get out. But that was a whole experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But I didn't major in criminal justice. That's the
Really.
thing, because I used to draw all during school.
Right.
You know, that all I wanted to do was be a cartoonist. That's it. And and I went to college, and I finally got my dream offer. I got offered to work at Marvel Comics, and but my mom got sick. Remember, they were all older, so my mom
Right.
got sick, my dad got sick, and that was it. I had to come back this way, because they put so much into to rearing me and taking care of me and making sure I was good. There's no way I was gonna let them,
Right.
uh, let them go down that road alone. And even though they had somebody, I had to be here. And so I majored in art, graduated art and military science. And right when I came back, I ended up going into the military. So who knew that Desert Shield and Storm would break off? Who knew? And so, but like I said, the one thing that's for sure, God has always protected me,
Right.
always. And that was one of the biggest reasons why I wasn't afraid to face anything. And I don't mean like the unknown, I mean like anything. Because I figured whatever God sent my way, I'm gonna be able to handle it. He don't put
Right.
nothing
Right.
on you can't bear. He don't let you go into anything blindly, and no, he prepares you before he puts you in a place.
Right. Right.
And so that's what I've always believed. So even when I was I became I got out, and I became um, a, a deputy, which I never thought I would do. And how you were there, how we felt about the police, and and I never would have believed traveled that road, because they was always breaking up our parties and all stuff, and and when I was young, I had experience, and it was just I just didn't trust police like um, not all, but when I was young, all my cousins from California, I mean like 9, 10 years old, all my cousins from California, all us out there, we were across the street playing ball, just having fun. And so some white kids come out on the field to play ball. They want us off the field. Don't want to play with us. They want
Right.
us off the field. And so it was about to be a big mess.
Wow.
And somebody called, I think it was probably somebody in my family, but they called the police, and I'm like, okay, finally, they here, they're gonna get it straightened out, they gonna hear our side. No, got there, y'all niggas get off the field.
Wow.
And that was, it's like I'm standing there with a bat in my hand, my family coming out. Like I said, we crossed the street, my family coming out, they yelling at me, and I'm getting ready to start swinging that bat.
Wow.
I, uh, my dad always told me, don't ever be afraid to fight for what's right. Now, I don't care which side you stand on, but
Right.
if you think you're right about something, don't be afraid to stand your ground.
Right. Right.
And I'm with you.
Wow.
And when I say uh, I'm mad, everybody yelling, my mom, I'm still ready to swing that bat and fight. Everybody around me, the police, whoever, and my dad just simply not yelling, not screaming. I don't know how I heard my dad. He said, "Henry, come here,"
Wow.
and I just walked with my head down to my dad. And like I said, I'm about 10 years old, just sitting in his lap, and he said, "I got you."
Wow. Wow.
And that's why my dad was like the greatest man ever to me. I mean, Nobody was better than my dad. Nobody. I could never be all that I believe he was.
Wow.
But I try every day. I don't try to be perfect. I don't try to be this, but I try every day to improve my life about, just 1%.
Right.
So I make him proud of me. I do. So, but that's how that guy got started with that, and all of a sudden now I get pulled over, get a ticket. And I go up there to pay it. They're like, "Hey, you want to be a deputy?" I'm they're like, for real. I can't hire you, but the sheriff is getting ready to hire somebody, and you was in the military. I think you'll do well. I think you could. I'm like, nah, and he like, uh, well, you go up there right now. The sheriff want to talk to you and meet you and all that. I'm in t-shirts, flip flops, and shorts. I'm like, that's not the way I was taught. We was at Grambling now. That's taught to go for an interview. And I'm like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, no, I mean, I go home and change. No, go up there right now, right now.
Wow.
So I went up there and I got the job and got started. And that started off. One of my best friends wrote me a ticket, and I ended up becoming
Thank you for the ticket.
a who knew?
Who
But
knew?
he didn't take the ticket for me.
Oh man! Wow! 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 That is man. But and all the years later, from there to becoming the trooper. When man,
Oh,
you get one of them hats, man.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But but really that experience, you don't know the feeling of the first time you make a difference in somebody's life.
Mm,
I don't mean like a small thing. I mean somebody's life is at stake, and you do something to save it, or
mm,
to you kind of know with the military experience, but it's on a whole different level when things get personal.
right, right.
And that's that in that moment I knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Wow.
So and I had done other stuff, coaching, all that, service. So because that's what now you go work over here. You gonna help these teachers do this. You gonna help with the food drive. You going but I mean, as far as and I tell people all the time, I can teach a ninth grader or a 10-year old how to write a ticket. That's that's anybody could do that.
Right.
But the thing is, what most people don't understand is there are people who are trying to end people's lives, destroy people's lives, and you got to stand in the gap for them.
Right.
That's why you protect and serve. You put yourself between the bullet and them because their life is worthwhile.
Right.
And that's why I said no. I've met policemen or people who pretend, and like I said, it's something you earn. Like our community just don't pass out respect.
Right.
No, you earn it. You do something worthwhile in our community to show us that you care about us.
Yes.
And that's what I always believe. We gotta care. And if we don't, we should be held to the same standard that you are.
Right.
If I do something wrong, I expect them to put me in jail.
Right. Man, that is so true. That
And
is wow.
that's the thing. I don't make excuses for my mistake. If I do something wrong to you, I'm gonna say, Dunny, I'm sorry.
Right.
I messed up. And hope and pray that you have it within you to forgive me.
Right.
But that's your right. That's you reserve. That's your choice.
Right.
It's out of my hands now because I messed up. You have to do something with that. And that's between you and God, however you handle it. But I got to be able to accept what you decide. I can't make you do anything.
Right. Right. Right.
So that's what that's because of my mom and dad. Is like you're gonna make mistakes. People are gonna hurt you. You're gonna hurt them. That's just it. But at least have the decency, the love for that person, the respect of that person to say, look, I messed up.
Right.
I messed up, and I hope that you can give me another chance to make it right. But they reserve that power. They reserve that. And if it makes them feel better to say, like even with mountains, the strongest problem, the strongest opposition you have, as men, you have a right to move.
Mm.
I don't have to be around you. I can avoid a bad situation.
Yes.
That's your choice. And that's what I try to explain to people. No, I told my kids all the time, no, that's your choice.
Right. Right.
That's your choice. Like, well, but this person made me do it. No, it's one thing I tried to always tell them. I have given you enough self confidence that you don't need the approval of somebody to feel like you worthwhile.
Yes. Yes.
I shouldn't have. It's self confidence. I shouldn't have to tell you every day. Oh, you're the best. No, you should have enough. Oh, I woke up this morning. I'm good.
Right.
And,
That's
and
man. That is so true. And what you said is, and I call it being accountable for yourself.
right.
And I think for somewhere along the way, I think that's gone. It's everybody else's fault, and this over here, and yeah, well, they did this, and then they did this, and that's why I did this.
Yeah.
No, but you know them choices.
Oh yeah. Hey, my mom told me early in life. It's like and my dad told us when we were young. He said you can lie to God, he'll know the truth. You can lie to your mama, she'll know. But I'm gonna believe everything you tell me. Don't ever lie to me.
Mm,
Because I
wow.
don't have time to look over and ponder and think and what's going on. No. If you come to me and tell me something, I'm gonna believe you.
Right.
And Mama used to say, yeah, what was her favorite thing was Henry. I want you to realize that your butt belongs to me. God has your soul, but your butt is mine. And she was strict with it. She like I don't care what other people do.
Right.
I don't care at all. Only thing I care about is what you do. Like, Mama, he did this. He talked about. I don't care. Well, he said, I don't care. What did you do?
Right. Right.
Because it's like, no, I'm gonna hold you accountable for what is done, for
Right.
your actions. And it's not. Well, if they hadn't hit me, I wouldn't have hit them back. No, what did you do?
Right.
But man, the scariest thing with for me is I got suspended, of course, and I thought I was gonna get the worst beating, man. And my dad would say no, he'll go to work with me in the morning. And my dad, he had a few pulpwood trucks, and he went in the woods at like 4 in the morning. and wouldn't come out until almost night. So that was the worst 3 days of my life. And
Want to be back in school?
I promise you, I saw my dad. You know those circular songs?
Yeah.
I saw my dad. He was running the circular song. You know, and Mama would make our sandwiches and all that, and we'll take our meals to the woods because we weren't leaving on lunch break. We would still be out there. And I saw my dad, that circular saw, that chain snap, and it took the tip of my dad's finger off.
Wow.
And my dad wrapped it up and kept working.
Wow.
And I saw, didn't cry, didn't just, mm, got a handkerchief, wrapped it up, and kept working. And,
Wow.
and that taught me, nobody could tell me then about the sacrifice parents would make for their children. And sometimes it wouldn't go on. We don't see it. We
Right.
don't see all they go through. And when they grew up in an era where they was constantly ridiculed, discriminated against, all that went on, and they still was able to provide for their family,
Right. Right.
to love their children. And seeing that is like, I'm through. It's not that important no more. I see now all he sacrifices and do just for my little black tail.
Right. Right.
So you can't push me no more. You can't. You can say whatever you got to say. I don't care. Walk around the mountain.
That's it. There you go. I like that. You look here. And that's the thing. Every mountain is not to be climbed. And some people think that they have to climb everyone is not for you to climb.
Oh yeah, you absolutely right. But that's but that was the and that's why I say um, I'm appreciative because I at an early age I got a chance to learn some of those lessons.
Right.
I didn't have to wait to be appreciative. I appreciated everything they do. Back when we were young, we would work all day, go smoke somebody's yard, and they'd give us $1 after being out. You like what the? And you go home bewildered and all that. And Mama set me down. I got that dollar, and I was mad. And Mama set me down. She said, Henry, I used to work a whole week for 13 cents.
Wow.
A whole week for 13 cents. Now back then they could buy a 5 pound bag of flour for 5 cents or something like that. But I was like, huh? You worked a whole week for 13 cents? You mean
Right.
$13, right? No, 13 cents. And so it's like, why am I complaining?
Right. Right.
And then you don't know to them that dollar is a lot. When you lived in that era where 13 cent was a lot of money,
Right.
that dollar, and that's when I learned when people give you $1, it's not an insult. You know, Sometimes it's just their way of showing you I appreciate the effort that you put in and you that anytime somebody do something for you, you ought to be appreciative.
Right.
You
Right. Right.
ought to be because nobody has to do anything for you.
That's it.
You know,
That's the part right there. Nobody's obligated to do anything for anybody.
no,
And I think so many people miss that. So many people miss that. When you were talking about the complaining about the dollar, that was a story that hit my mind. I was thinking about this. That was the man that was complaining about his shoes were too tight until he ran across the man that didn't have no feet. You know, when,
uh,
when you weigh it out,
yeah,
weigh
oh
that
yeah,
thing out. You know, and we have a hard time for some reason being what's the word? Grateful.
yeah, oh yeah,
Grateful.
oh
You,
yeah.
you
Because I
know,
mean, we just feel so entitled to it. You do this for me because I'm special. But no, No, the most, it, and that's why I try to tell my kids. I learned to be appreciative because I had people who made me. This is what happens when you're not. This is what happened when you don't. And when you have uncles that will curse you out, the thing is, I had uncles, aunts, everything else that put me in my place.
Right.
Now, don't think you all that. Let me tell you one, and you can, no, this is what this is, and that's what we're missing. We want to coddle and try to give stuff. No, our children deserve to know the truth, and it might be harsh sometimes. That's like I'm not okay. Somebody cursed me out. Oh well. So, but a lot of those times when they give you those lessons and they give you those points, we had somebody to kick us in our butt and say, "No, you will not behave that way.
Right.
You will
Right.
not ask Miss Brown, ask Miss Gray, ask Miss Davis, ask Miss, ask them,
Right.
ask Miss. No, you will not behave that way. I expect better of you. I want better for you." And they instilled that we thought we were invincible. We thought we could do anything. We thought
Right.
we could accomplish anything. We thought that was not we like people say, no, I went to that school and I never felt like I was inferior to nobody.
Right.
Never felt like my education can't stack up against anybody. And they made sure no, you will be ready to handle whatever comes your way.
Yes. That part. Yes.
That's the truth. I don't know. I'll put mine against anybody,
And
and
that's that thing when you have again the village that cares. And that's that when people genuinely care about your welfare.
yeah,
When you have teachers and you have people in the community and you have parents that care about not where you are, but where
right,
you're going.
right, and
They
they
hold you
see it.
accountable.
Yeah, they see your potential. And it's that thing about where we learn first to say yes, ma'am, and yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Thank you. May I have? We learned that first.
yes.
I got that from Papa Gall and them. You don't talk to grown people like yeah and no.
Right,
Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. So no, it's those small lessons that you think don't mean something, but that's what that's what makes you stand out. That's what makes you stand out, and that's what I try is like I get a chance now to see being retired. I get a chance to see all the accolades, all the other stuff, the all that stuff was fine, and all the people that I got a chance to help and make safe and improve their lives. And every now and then, it's always somebody that'll walk up to me. I remember when you and you like, oh wow. But when I became a policeman, my mom told me one thing. She said, Henry, people will respect you more if you know how to do your job.
mm,
Learn your job, become the best at it, and always be fair.
mm,
Always, above anything else. If you tell somebody you go do something, that's what you do.
right.
But don't the one thing you don't want is when you show up, everybody laughing. Oh, what you gonna do? You just no. Learn your job and do it
Right.
well because your name has to mean something. Because that's something we gave you.
Right.
You did nothing to earn it, but now you get a chance to earn that name. So I always try to just in that try to make them proud of me.
Yes. Yes.
Doing what I said. This is this is how I want to living. This is how I want to do. How I want to serve. I just tried to make them proud, and I still it never stops.
Hey, and that's a fact. And that's so good. And I feel that because for me, and that's my thing when I this and all this is it's not about talking it.
Right, right.
It's about walking it. And I ain't gonna sit up here and tell nobody, oh, it's easy. Every day, man. Whoo, Lord have mercy. Because every once in a while, those country boy,
All too well.
yeah. But
Man, hey, you got hey mine off. I didn't want to look like twins up here. Like,
hey. But when you do it and you walk in it, when you walk it and you walk it and you walk it. See, for me, this thing is this is how you leave a legacy behind. This is how you do it. You walk it. You walk it. You don't just sit up here and talk about I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. That's nice old Well, I can't say barbershop because I don't go there. But that's nice barbershop talk.
oh yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
You know.
But you know, and I know our kids will never understand all the things we sacrifice for, so they can have it well.
Yes.
They don't. They don't. And some to me, it's not their fault. It's us because those parents that we had, they left us something to lead them.
Yes.
They left us something, and now there are people who strip it away, like it's our voting rights. They strip it away like it doesn't mean nothing.
Right.
That's what I don't. We used to. It was more cohesiveness. I mean, we stuck together.
Right.
Because we understood that it took all of us to raise these babies.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And that's why when I see turmoil and stuff, that's what makes me sad. And I try to do everything I can still to come talk to me. If there's an issue or a problem, I'm right here. Come talk to me. I'll listen. I don't whatever I got to do. We gonna make it right.
Right. Right.
Because I want you to do well in school. I want you to stay and try to be the best version of you can be.
That's it. That part.
Because
That
they will point a finger real fast. And my dad told me a long time ago, he like, Henry, I don't want you to drink, and I don't want you to do none of that foolishness. And he said, this is why. He said, for us, we can get pulled over, stopped. Remember, I told everybody has a badge, don't deserve it.
right.
You know, um, we can be pulled over and stopped. And the first thing they would say, and you come up missing or dead, and they like, well, he was drinking, and he was vocal and boisterous, and I was scared and fearful of my life, and like we can be loud at times, but if we got a little something in us, we might be a little extra.
Right. Right.
But they will use that as an excuse to do harm to us. And he said, I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that everybody who wears that uniform is not for you.
Mm.
They're not on your side. There are Klansmen who become troopers. There are Klansmen who become policemen. There are people who will do our community harm who wear that uniform. There are those who would belittle and destroy you, who will all that. And I don't want you to give them the ammunition they need. Be as soft spoken as you can, because what does the Bible say? A soft answer turneth away wrath.
Yes. Yes.
So no, you mean what you say, and you don't let people violate you if you think you're doing right. But you don't have to escalate and
Right.
be loud and show. No, tell them what you mean, and mean what you say.
Right.
And then come to me and we'll fight that battle another day. But I want you to make it home. And I was a teenager when you had that talk. That talk where you gotta do things twice as hard and work
Right.
twice as hard just to get half. Yeah. So no, it's always a battle, but we can make it. But we gotta realize that we need each other to do it.
Most
Like
definitely.
I can't do it myself.
Right.
You can't do. We all depend on each other to encourage us along the way. To give us like, hang on, bro, it's gonna be okay.
Right.
Be
Right.
okay. God is still good.
Man,
So
all
and,
the
and,
time.
and that's what it's.
And that's that thing. I say that so much, and I really understand it. How we all need each other. This ain't just one person thing. This is a together thing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, and there's for me, and man, I tell you, this platform is to say one thing. There's a million different things out there to pull us apart. I'm only using this to try to bring it together.
oh yeah,
And I know that each and every one, and I say this so much, we all on this journey together. We all on this big old journey together. We all got our own individual stories, and I hope and pray that everybody is open enough to start sharing their stories and sharing their experiences,
right, right.
because that's how it was back when.
Oh
Let me
yeah,
share these experiences, because guess what? You might be over there doing a little something, something, but let me tell you what my experiences was when I tried that. you know, but instead of I'm gonna just keep it over here and I'm gonna put mine in the clouds, and I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let you go on. That's not how we lift
right.
each other up. And when we can get rid of that mentality, and that other crazy mentality is, oh, well, you think you something, Mr. Ford, since you's a trooper now, you think you something. When we
So
can remove the foolishness.
yeah, but that was it. It's like I never thought I was, and I thought Edgar was special. With it. I did. I thought Edgar was like, but me, no. I was the kid in trouble. I was a kid who, it's like once my sister passed, I mean, it took a lot. It took a lot. And I thank God I had friends like you when I was in high school, and Annette and all them and my classmates. Bro, when I tell you I love all y'all, y'all don't understand the pedestal y'all are on to me. Because when I had my worst moments, y'all pulled me. Y'all pulled me. Y'all made me laugh. Y'all made me play. You talk to me. And that's why I always love you guys. Always. Because when I say I was in a dark place, and it's like, when your world is ripped apart and
Mm,
you don't know, you don't know, you don't know.
right.
And then, but y'all always pushed and held me to a standard like, no, you don't have to be perfect with us, and just be yourself. And that's the mark of a true friend. A brother can be, but my mom told me you choose your friends.
Mm,
Your family is your family,
right.
but you
Right.
choose your friends. You ought to choose someone who would what was that? Association brings assimilation.
Mm.
So either you gonna act like them or they gonna act like you. So hopefully you'll choose people and put them around in your circle that will do exactly what I said. They'll make you feel like you are part of something big.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and my classmates and my friends, Derek and our Eric and all y'all made me feel like I was a part of something much bigger than myself. Then I can stop looking at my weaknesses and see y'all's strength. And that's what I love about my class.
Man. Man. I tell you, it is amazing, man. And I will say that that's what I think all the time, is that being able to have that family inside of the family.
Oh yeah,
When you have that, it's not something that goes away. We came from a little old place. They go hard. And that's true. That's facts, man. That's
Right.
facts. And I'm grateful. I am personally grateful, man. And I would say this, sitting here with you, man. I said I got my towel. I
Memories
got
of,
my towel 'cause I thought I was gonna start crying. I say,
oh, I know better. I know better. Don't
I
start. Don't start. Man,
yeah, it go. But it was a speck in what they say is a speck in my eye. I had old
oh,
speck.
hush.
Wait a minute. It's my allergy. Is that what it is?
Oh, that's hey, that's it.
Man, but I tell you, and I said this earlier to somebody else, man. I said it for me to be sitting here and sitting across from you and having this conversation, man, it makes me feel really good. It does, because being able to know how long we've known each other, being able to have you come and share your story. Uh, you looking at you, man, and a person that I looked at and I go like, man, yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Felt
I'm
like
grateful.
the person couldn't get him. That's what that was.
Hey. But I am so honored and grateful that you're here, man. The stuff that you've done, not just law enforcement, but just being the person uh, that you are. Walking the walk, the work that you do in the community, um, everything with the kids, with everyone on a day-to-day basis. Back when I had came back, and and I see you, and
Oh yeah.
a joy, a simple joy. And the thing is that you are you. Monday, you. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Hey,
same you.
that's the only one I know. I'm sticking with what I know.
Hey. And that's a fact. It's that thing. Too many people try to be somebody else. Why? Be yourself, because everybody else already taken. I got one of them shirts that say that. Just be yourself, because everybody else already taken. You
Right.
know,
And I like you hear so much stuff about people who how they assume they know you or know your intentions or know your and it's all and I'm like, name one time, just one.
mhm,
Somebody came to me and asked me to help them in truth, and I didn't do everything I could to make their life better.
right.
One. And it's like you hear all this stuff. Like I heard so much stuff when I was campaigning. It was like, what? But it's the nature of it, and I had to learn that that we sometimes it's sad to say we sometimes believe that we're not enough.
Mm,
We're not enough to help each other. We're not enough to do for each other. We're not enough to do right by each other.
right.
And that bewildered that blew my mind because I never would have believed that.
Right.
Because we was at Graham. Oh yeah, we was enough, and we was gonna do it better, and we
Right.
was gonna do it. That's the way we were. I mean, from here up,
Yes. Yes.
you don't fail at nothing.
Right.
You gonna try. You gonna put forth your best effort, and in the end, when you standing on that stage and they call your name, it's because you deserve to be there.
Right. Right. Yes,
So
indeed.
it was a humbling lesson, but not everybody has that mentality. Not everybody has that. So but we gonna push you to try to make sure they do get it.
There you go.
They understand that.
Yes.
Like we have value.
Yes.
So
Yeah, man. As long as we again continue to walk in it, not
right,
just talk about it. As long as we continue to walk it, just walk it and walk it and walk it. I'm gonna walk it until to the good Lord say, look here, let me take them legs and that breath. Take it away from you. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm giving 100 every dadgum day. This old boy right here, they boy, going kicking and screaming. I'm going kicking and screaming. I ain't ready to go yet. Hold up.
That's
Got
it.
one more. I got one more show to do. Hold up.
You got that, didn't you? Man.
Oh, man. Look here, Brother Ford. This is what I want you to do. We about to get ready to get up out of here. But what I want you to do, I'm going to let you take these last, whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 minutes.
No.
And I, I want you to say whatever it is on your heart, whatever it is on your mind, whatever it is you want to share. It's all yours. I'm gonna close.
You know that's the hardest thing in the world for you to do. Hush.
It is. That's true.
Hey, first of all, God is good because it gave me a chance to catch up and laugh with you and so thank you for what you're doing. It's truly amazing. Thank you. And I when I say I'm proud of you, I am so proud of you. But to end it, I tell you a story my dad told me, and I never forget it. In the forest in a cold winter, there was a bird in the tree, a little small bird, and all you heard him chirp 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 chirp. Every time you turn around, that's all he chirp chirp chirp. One day doing that, he fell out the tree. He fell on the ground and he was freezing, snow on the ground. He don't know what to do. Along come a cow. Chirp, 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 chirp. What's wrong? I'm freezing. I'm cold. So the cow take a dump on him. Now all of a sudden he's warm and he's happy, but still chirp, chirp, chirp. So next a wolf come along and he's like, what's wrong? Chirp, chirp. I'm stuck. I can't move. So the wolf lick all the dung off him and then he eat it. What was the moral of the story? My dad told me everybody who gets you dirty ain't your enemy.
Mm.
And everybody who cleans you up ain't your friend.
Wow.
But
Wow.
the real moral of the story is next time you chin deep and shit, shut your mouth. So that's that's it. I'm doing that. That was my left. But look, wherever you go, you may never know the reasons some may hate you. But folks as such don't mean as much as those who appreciate you. I love you, Doc.
Hey man, I love you too. I love you. I greatly appreciate it, bro. Ford. Uh, and I look forward to you putting that badge back on.
We go run again and make it happen.
Man, I greatly appreciate you taking the time out to come by the table to feed us. And oh boy, full over here. I'm full, man. I'm full. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Um, I thank each and every one of y'all that. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, them comments I see them, but I don't be reading them things. I'm gonna put this thing on Henry thing. He can go back and he can answer them. I don't. I sees them, but I can't multitask.
Most of them was probably like two of the biggest, craziest people in our. But that's what they.
I can't multitask. If I tried to read them, I wouldn't be talking. I'd be like, and then I failed typing class too, so I can't respond. I ain't even gonna do it. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I can't do it. I can't do it. But look here, I appreciate it. I appreciate the time, man. I appreciate you coming by sharing. It is an honor. It is a privilege. Again, I look forward to you putting that badge back on, protecting and serving. And thank you so very much. So, to each and every one of y'all, look here. I told y'all. I'm going to say it once more again. Y'all thought this old crazy boy don't have nobody. Yeah, I have to bribe some people to come on the show every once in a while. I do. I promise them bologna sandwiches. I ain't got no bologna. But that's all right. One day I'll get it for them. I'm gonna make good on them bologna sandwiches.
Hey,
You know,
hey, you just made good on it reunion. What we got? 40 years coming up. You
uh,
got
hey, it coming, it coming. I thought to put on my reunion shirt. I sure did.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
oh
Uh-huh.
yeah. Love you,
Come
Carl.
on, baby.
Oh, all right, man. Hey, take care and appreciate it.
I
Always.
appreciate it. Look here, each and every one of y'all. Thank you again for tuning in. Y'all stay tuned because I got some more folk coming around the scene. Uh, 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 Yeah, I got to. It ain't over with. It ain't over with. As long as the good Lord gives this old boy strength, I'm gonna keep on the chugging. I'm gonna keep on the chugging. So look here. Until next time, like I always say. I love each and every one of you unconditionally, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a good one. Now you're here. Thank you, Sarah Ford.
Anytime, bro. Anytime.